This stage was a bit of a challenge, as previously expected. Fortunately, though, I found a trick that cuts quite a bit of time and hassle out of the stage. Unfortunately, it comes with the cost of challenge in order to pull it off. I give the Cliffside entrance a 6 out of 10, and honestly, that surprises me. I thought I was going to give a lot higher. So I'm going to break this down a little bit. The first half of the stage, honestly, not that big of an issue at all. You have the ink, or whatever it is, destroying the blocks. I guess it's acid. That part is really easy, very pattern-based, as well as the falling block segments right at the beginning, even with the flying gargoyles coming in your face. It's really not that bad. Just wait, follow the pattern, and you're fine. Bone Scimitar, slimes, not too bad. Very pattern-based, all dependent on where you are, and the slimes do actually follow a little bit of a pattern as to how they jump. But They're very predictable. They pretty much home in on you. It's just their jumps are exactly the same, just the way that they jump. Phantom Bat, a little bit of an issue, but honestly, it didn't take me that much time to get through him. On the terrain, you don't have, I mean, you have a bottomless pit, but you do have mud that you're stuck into. So you can stand on the top platform and sort of take the high ground and try to take them down. And if you're lucky, you'll be able to take them out no problem. But that's pretty difficult to pull off. The falling block segment, after that, it's long and grueling, but honestly not too bad as long as you're able to follow the pattern. And the pattern change after you exceed 16 blocks, I think that's how high the screen is. The pattern will change, but it's easier. After that, you basically have 2 ravens, and it's luck as to whether you'll be able to get by them with no damage or not. So that's very difficult by itself. After that, the big time cut. If you time it correctly, I was thinking about this for the last couple of days. I'm not sure how much time you have. I want to say maybe a quarter of a second to time it. But you can jump on the platform basically at the peak of your jump height and then jump onto the platform at the top of the screen. Obviously with Grant, this isn't much of an issue because he has a high jump anyway. But with Trevor or Sypha, this is huge. But it's very tricky to pull off. You don't have a lot of time to pull it off. You pretty much need to be within that 15 frame time window. After that, Medusa heads, all it is timing. Don't jump, whatever you do. And after that, you have the vertical auto-scroller. And that gets pretty difficult with the 2 flying gargoyles on screen at once. So, I mean, that's a little difficult. But after the Axe Knight, which never really poses a problem, it's just reaction, you have the 3 easiest bosses in the entire game. So I was considering giving this place a 7 or an 8, but if you don't make that jump, you have to do a segment on the left side of the screen in which you have crumpling blocks that you have to constantly jump as you're waiting for moving platforms with bats constantly flying in your face. Super difficult to do that. Well, I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's very tedious and you just never want to stay standing. It keeps you on your toes. So being able to pull that trick off really hurts the score. So 6 out of 10 really is the best I can give this place. And honestly, I couldn't have asked for better. So up next, we have the main hall. This stage should be a bit of a breeze, considerably after this stage. This is probably the longest stage in the game, so very happy to have this done. And we do need to fight a difficult boss, but it should be an enjoyable stage regardless. So I will see you in the main hall.